Hello and welcome to another Ask Me Mondays, and I'm back in Berlin, as you can see by the background, and it is hot. Yeah, I miss the chilliness in Austria. It was so nice, but come on, summer in Berlin, it is the heat. It doesn't stop, but it has to stop at some point because we're reaching September soon, and then, autumn should kick in and it can stay beyond, above 30 degrees in autumn, right? Yeah, anyways, so time will cool down, and anyways, so if I have some head fogginess today, keep in mind that it's really hot here. Anyways, let's get into your questions, shall we? My question is, do you use water purifiers to take out stuff like fluoride? If so, what do you recommend? Yes, we have, as you can see here, a reverse osmosis filter where, it is a filter and we have a separate tap, and it filters out all the stuff we don't want besides pure water. Pure water molecules we will drink, and the rest gets filtered out. And it filters out about 99.92% or so. It is almost as clean as distilled water. Let me explain. There are basically 4 ways to drink clean water. The first one, the best, is live close to a spring, close to the source, where the water is fresh, like we had in Austria. We lived in this tiny village and the water out of the tap was fresh, and I love it. You shower, the water is fresh. I have this, it's called micro-Siemens measure thing, where I measure the particles in the water. And in Austria, the less particles are in the water, the more pure the water is. And in Austria it is so pure where we live. Of course in big cities in Austria it's not clean, not that clean, but close to the source, close to the spring, the fresh spring, that is the best as it can. And then the water, it's also alive, you can say, because it runs, it has all the natural minerals in it. So that is the best way, but most of us don't live close to the source, to a spring. Like I'm here in Berlin, we have pipes, the water got filtered so many times and it runs in these pipes all around Berlin, and then it goes to my tap, and then it gets, we have water purification system, but unfortunately the standards there are really low, and that low that I don't want to drink the tap water, because what people throw into the toilet, and their birth control pills and their hormones in the water, like estrogen and all the nitrate and other fertilizers from agriculture, and so many medication stuff, hormones, bacteria we throw into the water, and the water purification system doesn't filter that mostly out. It's still in the water, and when I take my micro-Siemens measure thing, it measures a dangerous high amount of particles in the water, and that can range from so many bad things. So I want to get rid of that. I want my water pure so it can clean my body, because it works through osmosis. If the water is clean, the less particles the water has, the more chunk, the more bacteria, the more stuff in your body you want to get rid of can attach to the water molecule, because it's always osmosis. It always wants to be equal. And if the water you drink is really pure, really free of any particles, then the particles in your body get onto the water molecule on the same level, so it cleanses your body. But if the water is loaded with stuff, then it attaches to your body. So like your body is then a pipeline, and it puts all the stuff it carries, the stuff that is in the water, the nitrate, the bacteria, the hormones, there's so much stuff in the water, and I struggle with the words. I know all the words in German, but in English I don't know right now. But anyways, there's so many stuff carried in the water, and through osmosis, it leaches into your body. But if the water is clean, like our osmosis filter cleans the water so much that the water can do its actual purpose to clean ourselves. That is the purpose of water, to clean us, to hydrate us. So how to get rid of the stuff in the water? Live close to a spring, reverse osmosis filter, or distilled water, where if you don't know what distilled water is, you use it in the hospital because it's the cleanest form of water. It's when you cook something, the water vaporizes, and the vaporized water is distilled water because only the pure water molecule will vaporize, and that is the purest form. There's nothing in it, nothing. So the pH level is 7, it's completely neutral. So, but to distill your water, you need those machines, and they use lots of energy. So I would prefer a reverse osmosis filter. It uses way less energy and it's almost the same. As I said, it filters out 99.92% or so. But distilled water is the third option, and the fourth is bottled water, because some bottled water, they're fairly clean. But you know, then you have so much plastic if you consume them on a regular basis. So the first three options is really all you got, and we have a reverse osmosis filter. Whew, that was a long answer. Next question. What age are you and Tanja, and how long have you been together? I'm 25, Scorpio Mind, or Tanja is 24, and we've been to 23? She's 23, I said it right. And we're together for about 2 years. Hi, I am a new subscriber. Welcome. I have a very serious problem with farting. I'm vegan since late 2017, but it has worsened recently. I follow the Daily Dozen, but I eat more than 3,500 calories. I fart around 50 times a day, and in the evening they smell really bad. I know it's a weird question, but no one will follow my footsteps towards veganism if I fart that much. Thank you. P.S. I rinse my canned beans before cooking them, and I also take probiotics, but they don't work. So I made an entire podcast about that, and also a post on vegan strengths. Let me pull it up. Here, there I cited a study. A study fed people beans every day for 8 weeks. During the first week, 35% reported increased flatulence, but that fell to 15% by week 3, 5% by week 5, and 3% by week 8. So you have to eat legumes every day, but only in small amounts, because what happens when people go vegan, they eat so little fiber that all of a sudden they eat fiber-rich foods, and their body cannot handle that. Their body is not adjusted. Their gut bacteria, their gut flora is not adjusted to that. They're all of a sudden like, what is this healthy fiber? And they get bloatings, they get flatulence, they have gas. So introduce legumes, because legumes are crazy rich in fiber, slowly but consistently, meaning eat legumes, but only in small quantities. If you have problem with that, you see the study, only 35% have problem from the get-go, from the beginning. The rest is fine. But if you belong to the 35%, then keep eating legumes, but only in small quantities every day, in really small quantities, and then you can slowly increase it. But not all of a sudden eat tons of legumes, because yeah, if you're not adjusted to that much fiber. So eat lots of fruits, vegetables. Whole grains are easily digested for most people. Like rice is the most easiest digested whole grain. Oats are really easy to digest. Quinoa, eat lots of whole grains. And legumes, eat them, but in small quantities. And I guarantee you that over time your gas will be gone. So stick to legumes in small quantities, and then slowly increase them, and eat your fruits, your vegetables, your whole grains, your nuts, your seeds. You're all good, trust me. Next question. Hey, and if it doesn't stop, maybe do a quick reset. Give your body some time. Do a fasting day, for example. And yeah. Hey, vegans, I have a question. What do you think about zinc and magnesium supplements? I think they're mostly unnecessary, because zinc and magnesium can be easily covered by eating a whole food plant-based diet. Vegans, do you know if all types of fish could survive on a vegan diet? Do you mean if we wouldn't eat fish, like vegans don't eat fish, that the fish we produce for human consumption would survive? Yes, I think so, but not in the quantities we have right now. We wouldn't have so many salmon. That is so unnatural. We wouldn't have so many, I think with fish is much tuna. That is so unnatural. We produce them. They are unnatural. But what would happen if we stop eating fish? Natural occurring fish and the variety of fish would come back. You know, animal agriculture is the number one cause for habitat destruction, for wildlife destruction. We destroy the wildlife. We extinguish so many animals with factory farming because we need this land for raising cattle and to grow their crops. And if we would stop eating fish, then we would see a much bigger variety and not those monocultures of tuna and salmon, which is unnatural and really destructive for the ocean. So that would be great. So I recommend stop eating fish. Okay, last question. Guys, I got a really stupid question. Should you drink water after eating, for example, after dinner or in general? Or is it better to wait an hour or so? My doctor told me this once. I'm not sure if I can believe him. He said after dinner you should wait 2 hours before drinking. In this case, I wouldn't do what your doctor says. Not drinking 2 hours after eating, that is ridiculous. I also made a post about it. Let me pull it up. Here, so, because do you really think our body is that stupid? If there's too much water in our stomach for proper digestion, it just sucks it right out. The water just goes right through the stomach wall and into our bloodstream. And if you eat without drinking water, your body floats water into your stomach to get just the right amount of liquid for proper digestion. This process is called osmolarity. So if you don't drink while you eat, your body floats water into your stomach, and if you have too much water into your stomach for proper digestion, your body just sucks the water out of your stomach into your bloodstream. So listen to your thirst. If you're thirsty, drink. I almost always drink while I eat, unless I eat something really watery rich like watermelon. It's mostly water, but if I eat a normal meal, I always drink water or something alongside, and I recommend to you the same. If you're thirsty, then drink. If not, then not. But don't think like, oh, if I eat, I can't drink because I don't know what's the reason of your doctor in 2 hours afterwards. What's that? You eat 3 meals per day, and that means you have to not drink water for 6 hours, 2 hours after each meal. That's ridiculous. That's how people get dehydrated, and that's not what we want. We are mostly water, and we dehydrate our entire life. When we are born, we are about 75% water, and when we die, we're only around 55% water. So we dehydrate our entire life. To stop that, because staying hydrated is so important, because that's what we are. We are mostly water. We need to stay hydrated, and that's why drink all the time, drink water, and thirst is the first sign of dehydration. So don't let it come that far, and don't, oh, I'm so thirsty, but I have to wait 2 hours before I can drink. That's ridiculous. So that is the Ask Me Mondays for today. I'm so looking forward for your new questions down below. And if you're on the, it's called the Vegan Summer Fest in Berlin, it's next weekend on the 26th of August. I will be there here in Berlin at the Alexanderplatz, and I do a speech on stage. So if you're there, let me know down below, or I will just see you there on Sunday. I just wanted to let you know that. And yeah, the new questions down below. Thanks for watching. Until next time, get your plant-based athlete shirt at vegansavage.com. Peace out.